get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Boy, if that song doesn't sum up our lives, huh?
It truly does. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, December 8th. My name is Ron Morris. Welcome to Moving Forward TV, your local real estate and mortgage update in the Tampa Bay community.
And I'm Dylan Gaston. Welcome to our show and welcome to another great day in Tampa Bay.
It is a great day. Today is hump day, so that's always a good thing.
Always a good day.
And let's move on to our comic of the week. Here you go. Now, my fear is that that's going to become me.
I know. I think it will become us.
Moving on to the meat of the program today, we really want to talk about interest rates. That's probably the most common question that Dylan and I get is, what are the rates? Are they going up? Are they going down? Should I lock? Should I float?
I usually tell people if I have a crystal ball,
ball.
I would be making a lot more money than I am now.
But we do have a crystal ball.
It's not a good one. It's pretty, but it doesn't say much.
Let's get into the meat as far as what affects interest rates and everything. Different market conditions do affect that. Starting with the bonds, and I'll let you kind of expand on that.
Basically, mortgage interest rates are driven by the bond market. 30-year bonds and 10-year bonds, to some extent, are what drives mortgage interest rates. Basically, if your bond market is doing poorly and deteriorating, then your mortgage interest rates are also going to do poorly, and the rates are going to start to go up. Right. On the other hand, if your bonds are doing well, and if people are buying bonds and the bond market is strong, that's good news for mortgage rates and our mortgage rates are going to start going down. Bonds and mortgage rates work opposite of each other. So if people are buying bonds and everything is great and the bond market is very strong, that's going to push our mortgage interest rates down, which is nice. That's what we want to see happening. On the other hand, if your bond market starts to take a turn for the worse, then your mortgage interest rates are going to start to go up.
And there are a lot of other factors that affect this too, from unemployment to CPI.
Exactly. All of that being said, basically the things that you have to watch is what's going on in the economy.
Right.
The things that affect what makes the interest rates go up and down in the bond market, sell or buy, is things like your unemployment statistics, your housing starts, your consumer confidence numbers, your consumer price index, your producer price index. Basically, are people buying stuff, and is the manufacturing sector manufacturing stuff that people are buying or that people want to buy?
Exactly.
The economists, what they're doing is they're predicting what these numbers are going to do.
And if the predictions are on cue, then basically
everything's good.
Everything's somewhat stable.
Right.
Now, if they're not, if the predictions are off one way or the other, that could do one of two things. It could create a selling off of the bonds, which basically means rates go
skyrocket,
which is bad. Or if there is a buy-in frenzy on the bonds, then the rates go down, which is a great thing for us.
Exactly what we're looking for to happen. Like in the last 2 weeks, the markets have been absolutely crazy. The bond market has gone off over 150 points. It's gone the following week. It's gone up 100 points or more.
And down again.
In one day, which is unheard of. It's been absolutely crazy lately. The markets and the rates change so fast and furiously. It's fact based on theory. Basically the fact, what the rates are doing, where they're going, based upon the theories of where the economists thought they should have gone and what they thought they should have been doing. Really gets kind of crazy in there. And of course they have a tendency to overreact as well. They oversell off and they over-exaggerate, and usually a couple of days later they end up correcting themselves, and this is why I have gray hair, and I should have invested in Clairol a long time ago.
She's complaining about gray hair and I have no hair. Unfortunately, bad economic news is good news for the mortgage industry. As long as unemployment numbers are high and the economy is doing bad, they tend to hold the mortgage rates down. Soon as we see the economy start to turn, expect the rates to start going up. We've actually seen the rates go up in the last, 2 weeks, I guess.
Absolutely.
The rates have actually inched up significantly for that short amount of time anyway.
Comparatively speaking, over the last couple of weeks. Now, in addition to things like what's going on in the economy, sometimes things outside of the economy are what drives the interest rates and what makes them change. For example, if there's no economic data being released this week, sometimes the stock market is what will be affecting the mortgage interest rates. Sometimes people have their money in stocks and they take them out of stocks and they put them into bonds, which of course, buying bonds, which is good. And adversely, sometimes they take them out of the bond market and they put their money into the stock market.
Makes the rates go up.
Which makes the rates change again. So that's something that we have to keep an eye on.
And we have other things that affect it as well. Even the conflict in Korea recently really made an uncertainty into the market, and we saw the rate spike because of that as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So suffice to say, most of the economists out there are all in agreement right now that what is driving mortgage interest rates is that they're going up. No matter what we say, no matter what we do, we've seen the lows and been there, done that, and they're on the rise again.
Lock them if you got them.
Right, not necessarily immediate, but definitely it's something we've seen the lows, and we need to be aware of the fact that the rates are going to start going up again, and they do move up a lot faster than they go down, unfortunately.
Yes, and before we end the show, I just want to touch base on an article that was in the St. Petersburg Times this weekend, and in reference to FHA. John Taylor, who's the CEO of the National Community Reinvestment Coalition, on Monday filed complaints with the Federal Fair Housing against 20 or more lenders challenging the requirement of a 620 to 660 FICO requirement when FHA only requires a 580 credit score.
Which doesn't surprise us. This is something that we've been thinking is probably going to happen for a while now.
Right.
So many lenders have overlays, lender overlays, which we're going to get into in another show. Right. But basically, FHA has their guidelines, Fannie and Freddie have their guidelines, and then lenders are overlaying additional guidelines on top, like the credit score guidelines.
And this is a good example, too. We probably have over 50 lenders that Dylan and I are set up with, that we deal with. And I think there's one, maybe two, that only has a 580 requirement. Everyone else is 620, 640, 660. And that's exactly what we're referring to, or what this article is referring to in reference to the lender overlays. And the couple lenders, just as a side note, to the lenders that do require a 580, or the one or two that do, the rate's not the same. They're going to charge you more in an interest rate as well. Anyway, that's what this article is getting into.
They are available. Another good reason to use a mortgage broker who has those lenders available to them.
Yep.
Just when you think this show is terrible, something wonderful happens.
What?
It ends.
Okay, and on to our movie challenge. First of all, we have to say thank you to James. Congratulations, James from Palm Harbor, who correctly answered Spaceballs, the movie. That is just like the greatest movie. I love that movie to pieces. There's so many good lines from that movie. But anyway, thank you, James. And the gatekeeper over here has the tickets for you. So he'll be getting those to you. So remember, we do a movie challenge each week. We're going to do a line out of a movie. The first person to email us with the correct answer to what movie title this is from wins 2 free tickets. So here's our movie challenge this week.
Be the ball. Be the ball.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the show this week. We appreciate it. Forward it to any realtors, buyers, anybody out there that would benefit from this. By all means, do that for us.
Check out our sponsors. They're over on this side.
They're somewhere around here. There's some banners somewhere around.
Visit the sponsors. We thank you for watching. You guys have a great week. We are
moving forward. Everybody have a great week, and we're going to leave you with some Lenny Kravitz.
Bye-bye.
I will always